here. We are here to look at a couple of, well, 3 different pieces. 2 of them are Bowens, and 1 of them is a Diamond Select Marvel original. These are some of my early gets. This before I jumped into the deep end and spent the big bucks and the 500 and 600 and 700 and all that. I was checking eBay and I was looking for Punisher stuff, and I was seeing Bowen stuff. And this is actually my favorite Bowen Punisher.
Mine too. Well, these, yeah.
Yeah, this is my favorite one. And this is the first Bowen one I got, though. I got that. I was so shocked at how close it resembled the picture on the comic, because this is from his first appearance when he was going after Spider-Man. You know, Jackal put some stuff in his ear and had him trying to kill Spider-Man, and this is the way he looked on the cover. And when I saw it on eBay and saw that, you know, that was a statue, I was just shocked how close it looked to the picture on the comic book. So this was my first piece. This was my first Bowen, you know, piece, and this was, like I said, when I'm still trying to get used to spending the money and all that.
It's a growth period you got to go through. Mental barriers you got to break down before you do it.
Big one. And so I got this one. This one ran about $250, which I was happy with. And then I think, yeah, I ended up getting this one maybe not long after, maybe 2 months or something later. And this was always, like, once I started looking at statues and Bowen statues, because that's all I was looking at first, this was always the Bowen Punisher that I liked. There's a bust that's same pose, but a little different. Only thing I would change, if I could get that bust and put it up here, because I like the face on that bust just a little bit better. But other than that, to me, this is the perfect look for Punisher. You know, nowadays they got the big bulky Punishers, and he's just, Punisher to me is the dude that's in shape. He's lean, he's muscular, but not much bigger than that. So that was always my favorite look for him. And then you know, moving along down the road, I just ran across this one, and I always liked the idea of Frank Castle at the gravesite, visiting his family's grave, and in the background, you know, in black and white, like a ghostly image, you got the image of him as the Punisher. And so I always loved that idea. And when I saw that, just rummaging through eBay, I saw that because I didn't know it existed, and picked that up. That was like $50, and I was like, yeah, it's a definite get for me, because I love the story it tells. And
yeah, this one, when I first ever saw the Punisher when I was in elementary school, my cousin, he had that 5-part miniseries of the Punisher, and there's one issue where he's backed up against a wall with these 2 pistols, and this is what he looked like. You know, so that was my earliest exposure to the Punisher. And you know, this is the classic look. There's one more that there was a few more, but there's one that I like that he doesn't have yet, where he's got all, like, the outfit is all black, but, you know, of course he has the skull, and he's kind of like holding out a pistol, and he's got like a assault rifle across his back. That's my favorite one. I do like this one now that I've seen it up close, you know, because it's the classic look. You know, you remember. I gotta say, out of the 3, even though for some reason this is my least favorite, I like it, but out of these 3, this is the one I like the least for some reason. This one, I agree, is the story that it tells is, you know, you got his future and his past, you know, and so it kind of reminds you like a Batman type of story, but, like, you know, you see what he's becoming, what he's about to become, you know, and but yeah, this one, Bowen always does a great job of making the, you know, this is not what they look like now currently, but when we were reading books, you know, like in the late 80s, early 90s, this is this is what he looked like, and then they eventually Jim Lee took it to the one that I like. That's more of a Jim Lee look, you know, when he started. The outfit is all black, sort of like the War Journal and stuff. This is what he started to look like then.
Yeah, I look at this one and I think about how Sideshow did their PF, and I for the longest time I couldn't figure out what it was I didn't like about their PF, other than, to me, the face looks too old. The face looks too old, but even more than the face, it's just a little bit too much white to me. Like if they get rid of his little gun holsters, because they're all white, I would probably like that piece a lot more. Because other than that, it's kind of the same style as this one. And but yeah, this was some of my early stuff, one of my early gets, and I will always keep them. I'm not huge into Bowen, like, you know, y'all seen before. I'm not really into museum poses. I make exceptions because this is my guy. So for my guy, I accept museum poses. But yeah, Bowen, they are the ones that do keep it really close to what you see in the books. They definitely keep it close to the pages, and they did good work with this. There are two other ones, because it's the one you like, and then there's another one. He's got one arm up and one arm down.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
And you know, I'll probably be in a hunt for one or both of those one day. But right now, there are as we come into 2018, there are 3 Frank Castles that I'm on the lookout for and in the middle of getting. So those other ones will have to wait.
Bowen, to me, I've said this before, if you watch our live unboxings, Bowen is the marijuana of the statue world. It's the bridge drug to other stuff. You know what I mean? You start out with stuff like Kotobukiya and stuff like that, and then you see some Bowens, I think I'm going to get one of those, and then it's like, it gives you that thirst. You're like, dang, maybe there's some better stuff out there, you know. And then you keep searching, and you get to Sideshow, and then you just done. You know what I mean? Once you get some stuff like that in hand, and it's pretty much a wrap. You know what I mean? A lot of people start off with Bowen, and then you just bridge off into more expensive stuff, and then you're hooked.
It is absolutely what happened with me. Yeah. You know, I've said this before. I started out with little figures and Walking Dead stuff, and then I ended up getting some Hot Toys, which I still love Hot Toys. Just certain figures, not every Hot Toy. But got some Hot Toys, and actually, the first Hot Toy I bought on the same day I bought this. So I bought the Crow Hot Toy, because Crow is one of my favorite movies, and I wanted some kind of Crow statue or figure, and only thing that was out that I really liked, because his likeness was so perfect, was the Hot Toys Eric Draven. And they had that on eBay, and I'm looking around for that, and then I see this one too, and so I bought them both the same day. It was sometime in August, so that was like my anniversary of my start to, you know, paying, you know, over $100 for a statue. Because before this, statues I got came with video games. So I'd buy video games in the special edition, like the Gears of War. It came with that big, it's PVC, I still like it. It came with that big Marcus Phoenix statue where he's over the Lancer. And, you know, it's light as a feather. It's lighter than the Bowens, but it's about this big, and like it's big, but it's lighter than these. And, you know, I got it because I ordered the special edition of the game. You know, I got a couple of Assassin's Creed statues that I got because they came with the video game. So it wasn't, you know, me going out and spending a couple $100 on a statue. It was me spending $80 instead of $60, or maybe, you know, in the case of the Gears of War, I think $180 instead of $60. So I hadn't made that leap. to spending $200 and up on a statue yet until I started running into these. But yeah, this is part of my anniversary of my first, bigger purchase, or my first official, collectible. Before I got into the Wolverine and all that stuff, Wolverine and Hulk stuff. But yeah, it was a gateway drug for me. It got me. It got me going down a little bit more. So.
Yep, that's what they do.
Yeah, and this one in the middle, yeah, I just found that on a whim. And like I said, I love the story, the idea, the story that it tells of, him sitting there at the grave site. As Punisher's my favorite character because to me, he's the one I can relate to. I don't relate to all the superhero characters with the powers. I can relate to somebody and how pissed they would be if their family gets gunned down. So that's the one that feels the most real to me. So I saw that for really cheap, and I hadn't seen it before. I'd never heard of Diamond Select. And apparently Marvel Originals, they do a lot of kind of origin story statues. I didn't know that before, but they got a couple other ones. But yeah, that was one I saw. And it was a little diamond in the rough. It didn't cost a lot, but it meant a lot to me when I got it. So
that's all that matters.
Yep.
That's all that matters.
So that's about it.
That's it. 3 gateway drugs into the stratosphere.
Yes. Catch you next time.